Okay, students, good morning. Yesterday we learned about the laws of exponents. We saw how the laws work. If you haven't watched the video, you can go back and watch the video, or I will link the video in the I button. Today, what we're going to do is we will use the laws and we will solve some questions. So the law stated a to the power m into a to the power n equals to a to the power m plus 1. So we will start with this question. So it's given 12 divided by 17 to the power 3 into 12 divided by 17 to the power 4. So here, what's the A? The A is 12 divided by 17. So the answer will be simply 12 divided by 17, and we are going to add the powers. So it will be 3 plus 4. So the answer will be 12 divided by 17 to the power 7. I hope it's pretty easy to understand. Let's take the next example. Minus 3 to the power 3 into minus 3 to the power 6. Now what's the A in this case? The A is negative 3. So we will keep it inside the bracket and we will follow the rule. So now what we're going to do? We will add the powers. So it will be 3 plus 6. So the answer will be minus 3 to the power 9. I hope you guys understood this question. Let's move to the next law. The next law said a to the power m divided by a to the power n equals to a to the power m minus n, given m is greater than n. We understood this law yesterday. Now let's take this example. It's given 3 by 8 to the power 7 divided by 3 by 8 to the power 4. Now in this case, what's a? A is what's inside the bracket, that is 3 by 8. So the answer will be 3 by 8 to the power. We'll have to do m minus n. What's the m here? 7 is the m, 4 is the n. So it will be 7 minus 4. So the answer will be 3 to the power 8, 7 minus 4, 3. That's the answer for this question. Let's try the next question. It's given minus 7 to the power 5 divided by minus 7 square. What's the a in this case? The a is negative 7. What's the m? Let me use a different color. So m is 5, n is 2. So what will be the answer? It will be minus 7 to the power m minus n. So that's 5 minus 2. So it will be minus 7 to the power 3. I hope you understood this question. Let's move to the next law. The next law was the power law, which stated a to the power m whole to the power n equals to a to the power m into n. Suppose we have an exponent and there's another power on top of it. So what do? We multiply the powers. Let's see with an example. Let's take this question. It's given 3 by 2 to the power 3 and whole to the power 2. So just like the previous question, what we're going to do, we will find our a. What's the a here? A is 3 by 2. Rest, we're going to follow the rule. So a will be written here 3 by 2, and what we're going to do is we will simply multiply m into n. So this is our m, this is our n. So it will be 3 into 2. So the answer will be 3 by 2 whole to the power 6. I hope all of you understood this question. Let's take another example. It's given minus 1 by 3 whole square to the power 4. Now what's the a here? A is the minus 1 by 3. So we will write it as it is, minus 1 by 3. Let's identify m and n. This is the m and this is our n. So what you'll have to do, we'll have to multiply m into n. So it will be 2 into 4. So the answer will be minus 1 by 3 to the power 8. Okay, pretty easy. Let's move to the next law, which was the reciprocal law. That means if a to the power minus 2, that simply means it's 1 by a square. Okay, now let's take the first question. It's given 3 to the power minus 4. So what will be the answer? It will be simply 1 divided by 3 to the power 4. Easy. Now let's try the one with the fraction. It's given 5 by 8 to the power minus 3. Now, what's the a here? So whenever there is fraction looks confusing, you can go with the a. So a is 5 by 8. So we should write it as 1 by a cube, right? So in place of a, I'm going to write 5 by 8 whole cube. Okay. Now 5 by 8 whole cube is what? It's simply 8 by 5 whole cube. Okay. So I have broken down the steps so that you can understand. But what you can do is whenever there is a fraction given, you can directly reciprocate the fraction. That's gonna be 8 by 5 and make the power positive. It was minus 3, we're gonna make it plus 3. See, that's the answer over here. I hope all of you understood this. Let's move to the next law. It was anything to the power 0 is equals to 1. Yesterday I also told you, be it a number, be it a variable, if you put a 0 on the power, the answer is going to be 1. So it's self-explanatory. Let's try the first question. It's given minus 4241. It does not matter what you put inside the bracket. If there's a 0 on the power, it's always going to be 1. Be it a fraction, be it any variable. Whenever you see a 0 on the top, simply write the answer as 1. Very simple. What I told you yesterday is when there are two numbers and there's a common power, what we'll have to do is when we bring them out of the bracket, we'll have to give the power to each of the numbers, whether they are multiplied or there is a fraction. See, when I brought that out of the fraction, I gave the power to each one of them. Let me explain with an example. So the first question is 1/3 of xz whole to the power 4. Now see, let me make the fraction look better. I can write xz by 3 to the power 4. Now the first law we're going to use here. So it will become simply x to the power 4, z to the power 4. And the second one we're going to use here. So it will become 3 to the power 4. Very simple, very easy to understand. Let's try the next example. That is given as minus 3xy by p whole cube. Very simple. Let's break it down. If we have minus 3xy whole cube, what are you going to do? We'll give the power to each one of them. Minus 3 cube x cube y cube. Let's write it as it is. So it will become minus 3 cube x cube y cube divided by it will be p cube. Very simple. So yesterday I told you if you have root over a, it simply means a to the power half. If you have cubic root of a, it means a to the power 1 by 3. If you have cubic root of a square, it means a to the power 2 by 3. Now let's try one question. It's given 16 to the power 3 by 4. We need to simplify it. Either we can write it in this format, then it will look something like this. Or what we can do, see the denominator of the power, it's 4. Now we will try to write 16 as a number to the power 4. Can you think of some number which you multiply 4 times and you get 16? The number is 2. If we multiply 2 4 times, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So what are you going to get? You're going to get 2 to the power 4. Now see what we'll do. In place of 16s, I'm going to write 2 to the power 4 and we already have 3 by 4 on the top. Now we are gonna do what? There are two powers, we'll have to multiply the power. So it will become 2 to the power 4 into 3 by 4. Now see 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So what's left? 2 cube. What's 2 cube? 8. This is how we're gonna simplify the questions. Let's try the next one. It's given cubic root of 8. So cubic root of 8 means what? 8 to the power 1 by 3. Now look at the denominator of the power. It's 3. That means what? We need to write 8 in such a way, a number that is multiplied 3 times, we get 8. What's the number? Very easy. If we multiply 2 3 times, we're going to get 8. So in place of 8, what we'll do is we'll write 2 cube and we already have 1 by 3. Now using the same power law, we'll have to multiply the powers. 3 and 3 gets cancelled, 2 to the power 1, the answer is 2. Very simple. This is how we're going to solve all exponents questions. So I hope you understood how we use the laws to solve questions. See you all in the next class.